In this video, I'm going to show you how to create email sequences or an email subscriber newsletter easily and nearly effortlessly using some recipes that I've created for you to make the whole process easier. Not only will you have a welcome email, but you will also be able to quickly create subsequent emails for sharing resources and tips and strategies with your subscribers. So let's jump into Jasper and let me show you how it's done. This is the recipe that I've included. Now, a couple of things to remember when you're using this recipe, and I put it in the instructions, you're actually going to cut and paste into a new composition the email that you want to create. And I'm going to show you exactly how I'm going to do that. So for example, we have here, email number 1 is our introduction. This is going to be the first email that someone gets when they first subscribe to your newsletter. And so when we're going to use this recipe, we're going to go to that email and we're only going to start at number 1 and copy and paste this whole thing. The bottom thing here, this with the little duck face, the little triangle, that's your boss mode command. So we're going to go command copy and we'll just open up a new document in boss mode and we will paste that in. And then you're going to fill in these little brackets here. So for example, we're going to name our newsletter, whatever you want to call it. It could be your company name. My company is Stellar Media Marketing, so I'm going to call my newsletter the Stellar Newsletter. So I'm just going to write Stellar. You don't have to write newsletter. That would be repetitive. I already included that for you. And then how often are you going to be sending out these newsletters? I'm going to send mine out once a month. So I'm going to say each month. And then what is the main topic or topics that you'll cover? So I will be covering content marketing resources. So we're just going to write content marketing. And then I'll just have thank you for subscribing. Then my sign off and my name. And if you want, you can also include your title. So my sign off is going to be to your success, and then my name. And then I'll do a dash, owner of Stellar Media Marketing. And then if you wanted to do a PS resource, you can do that. This is optional. If you don't want to do it, delete it. I'm going to do it. So we're going to say PS, get started with our free guide to help you. And then what is the guide for? So I'm going to say help you create a content marketing strategy. And then we have everything filled out. Now it's time to go over and put in our tone of voice. Now I'm using the tone of voice as friendly. You can do professional, witty, whatever you want. I find friendly is a really good one for newsletters. I usually use witty when I do blogs and stuff. And if you've been watching the Jasper videos that I've shared that. All right, so we have everything set up. I'm not going to do anything else here. I don't have to worry about a title or description because I've already put in all the information I want. So we are going to do command return to do our boss mode there. And now it's just writing it. Now this is a shorter version here. So thank you for subscribing to the newsletter. Each month we will highlight resources and tips about content marketing. We hope you find this information helpful in achieving your marketing goals. Thanks for subscribing. And then I'm going to hit compose one more time. Owner of Stellar Media Marketing. PS. Get started with our free guide to help create content marketing strategy. Good luck. And then I would just put in the link there. So that's email number 1. Very straightforward, very simple. Just to say hello, don't oversaturate them with information, welcome them, give them a kind of idea of what to expect. And then if you want to give them that additional resource. So that's email number 1. So I'm going to just delete all this and we're going to go and look at our variations. Now I've included variations here so you can mix it up. So I have 3 variations. Variation number 1 is resources is summarized in the link. So maybe it's a blog post or I want to send them to something. That's what this one will be. Variation number 2 is resource is in the email. So the email is actually going to have kind of a mini blog. It's going to explain everything you want to explain right there. And then email number 3 is it's for a specific content piece. Now, email number 1 and email number 3 can be interchangeable. I just wanted to give you a different variation to mix it up so that your emails always are looking fresh and new and clean and all that good stuff. So I'm not going to walk you through each individual email because the recipe basically works the same, but I am going to show you how to do this one. Let's do this subsequent email number 2, resources in the email. So I'm just going to highlight and copy this starting at the number 1 into our document, and then we again fill in the blank. So the name of my newsletter is Stellar, and I do this monthly as I mentioned before. And then the topic that we're going to be writing about is batching content. And then the next thing is my sign off. Regards, Mirabella owner of Stellar Media Marketing. All right, so everything's filled out. Again, we have our tone of voice as friendly, and we're going to do command return. All right, so it created some of the content. It hasn't finished, and anytime we want it to keep going, we're going to do compose. So we're going to, oops, I didn't mean to do it there. It's going to continue. I'm going to delete the part underneath. Usually you would do it from there, but I had moved the cursor. All right, let's clean this up a little bit. Welcome back to our monthly newsletter. This month we are discussing batching content. By batching content, we mean creating a large amount of content at one time instead of spreading it over a period of time. There are several different benefits to content, including our batching content, saving you time in the long run. You can have more strategic yada. We're going to hit compose again at the end. It's going to keep going. So it's doing the AIDA portion right here. And then it allows you to do this. If you're interested in learning more about how to batch content, we highly recommend checking out our blog post on the topic. Thank you for sharing. Now, if it's not a blog post, let's say it's a video or resource, then you would just change that out. This is an easy change. We recommend you checking out our blog post, our guide, our video. Just do that. All right, so thanks for subscribing. And then it's going to sign off. Kelly Noble Mirabella, owner of Stellar Media Market. Okay, so that is our newsletter for that kind of has information inside. Now, if you're like, I want more information, I don't want it just to be a summary checkmark. I want it to actually explain batching is, or how can I batch? That's cool. We could do that. So I'm just going to go right here before I have this ending paragraph. I'm going to write a boss mode command. So this is just to remind you that these recipes are flexible. Everyone's going to be a little different. Maybe sometimes you want that extra stuff. So we're going to say, write about how to batch content in 5 steps. And then we will do command return and use content. We need one more step because we wanted 5 steps. All right, so let's delete. This is nice because it's going to tell them what the steps are. And then if they want to learn more, they can go get the guide or whatever. If you wanted to go through and do each one of these steps, then you would basically do the same thing as if you're writing a blog. And you would use each one of these in the paragraph writer. So I would say, okay, I want to go to my paragraph writer, paragraph generator. We're going to put in number 1, decide what type of content you want to batch. Tone is friendly, and generate AI. So this is just showing you that you can take the recipe I gave you and use the other tools you've learned about during the challenge and the course to make it your own. And you could see here, I could copy and paste these in. So now, boom. All right, and now I have a nice little starter here, and you can do that with all of these. And that's how you can put the resource right in the email. So you can use these recipes to create a multitude of emails in your email marketing sequences. You can choose to do this every month and just do a new email each month and schedule it out manually, or you can really save your time, batch your content out and do, let's say, 6 months at a time worth of content, schedule it all out, and it is automatically going out to those subscribers. So I hope you found this helpful. I can't wait to see what you put together.